Greetings everybody, this is Mr. Glockley, and I wanted to go over a couple of things that are going to be really important so that we start off the school year successful. I'm standing out front right now of the school, and this is going to be where parents will drop off. I know some parents have dropped off in the bus lane before. For right now, we need to make sure that we have a controlled entrance for all kids and making sure that families know exactly, what our processes are. So this is really important message to share with all of our families, and make sure to kind of walk through this video with your students as well. So I'm out front. We're going to have a controlled parent drop off. So when you come in, if you are dropping your son or daughter off, grandchild, make sure that you're dropping them off at the front of the school, and then they will walk down on the sidewalk to where door I is, and that's going to be where everybody is going to be coming in. Now, just to make sure that we are not congregating, we're going to be keeping the kids on the buses until 7:30, and then they'll be released to come into the building so that we are making sure that we're not congregating. I'm telling you, we are doing everything that we can to make sure that when your kids are dropped off at school, that we're keeping the school safe and using all the available resources that we do have. So when students come on the bus, they will not be allowed into the building until 7:30, and then it's going to be, a real quick drop off, and we'll let each bus drop kids off one by one, each bus, and they'll enter door I. And I'll give you a quick shot of door I right now. We have a freshly painted door there. Now, the unfortunate thing is we are not allowing any parents to come into the building. We really need to mitigate the impact of COVID and the spread and transmission of it. And so when you drop students off, you can come as far as the door. So if you're a walker, you can walk your kids to the door, and that's the only way that we can make sure that we have a control for tracking purposes and everything. So as you come walking into the school, you're going to see a couple of things on the walls that you haven't seen before. We have a lot of hand sanitizer stations that are placed. And so the first thing that kids are going to do when they get off the bus and come through door I is to wash their hands, okay? Now, you're going to see something a little different here. We have orange diagonals and X's all on the floor. And that's going to be in every hallway. And so as students, when you're coming in, door I, last year, you were able to go to walk, run, jog, or to the breakfast area. No, those are two things that we had to do away with because we want to make sure that students are not congregating. And so your number one job is when you get here to school is to, one, wash your hands, okay, with the hand sanitizer. We also have a bathroom right here where you can wash your hands. Remember to sing happy birthday twice or wash for 20 seconds using soap and water. So after you wash your hands, you're going to go directly to your classroom. Now, for the first couple of days, we're going to have all of the adults available in the building, and we'll have, rosters where everybody is at. So if you are in Mrs. Heen's class and you're not sure where that is, we're going to walk you right to class that day. So immediately when you get to school, wash your hands, and then you'll go directly to your classroom. All right? Now, when you're in the classroom, we are going to be having breakfast in the cafeteria, but it's going to be a controlled breakfast, much like we do with lunch. So everybody is going to have a time where they will go down there, and you'll walk down with your teacher, and everything will be fairly similar in the cafeteria. And I'm just going to kind of walk down and show you what that's going to look like. Once again, we'll have the directional tape and X's, making sure that we have 6 feet distance, okay, while we are in the hallways. And a nice little thing to remind you is in the other hallways, we have gray marks, okay, gray tiles. And so stay tight to the right, stay in the gray, always remain 6 feet away. So once again, stay tight to the right, stay in the gray, always remain 6 feet away. Okay, so as I'm coming into the cafeteria, you're gonna see the tables are switched around, okay? And that was the best way that we could keep the school safe, okay? So as we enter the cafeteria, okay, once again, you'll see all of the arrows, okay? Once again, another hand sanitizing station, and we'll take a look at the tables. On every single table, there is a name with teachers. Okay, so if you're Mr. Lepers, Miss Calendas, okay, you will be coming down here as a class to eat, and you'll have your assigned table. And so you'll stick with your group all the time, okay? So you're gonna go to recess with this group, okay, your class. You're gonna go to lunch and to breakfast and to specialists. You're gonna remain as a group. So think of it as we're this little tiny city, and we are in the great state of Minnesota, and we're gonna kind of stick to ourselves when we are at school, okay? And so you might have, you know, friends that are in another class, and just because of COVID, it's gonna be really difficult, you know, to be like school was last year, okay? So it's not perfect. We want everybody to have a, you know, an opportunity to see their friends, but school is very different than what you remember last year, okay? Now, this year, lunches and everything, breakfasts, those are going to be free for everybody. Breakfast has always been free, but this year, lunches, hot lunch, is also free until December 31st. And so, anyway, I just wanted to share that. So some of you, if you want to bring your cold lunch, you can do that, but hot lunches are going to be free for everybody, okay? Now, there's going to be some other important videos that I'm going to share. Make sure that you are, you know, watching these videos, because school is going to look a little different, and we are going to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe. So I got about 2 or 3 other videos to share in the upcoming days. Thanks, everybody.